Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Calix, and this is the JV Volleyball McBain versus Lake City game. Here in just a moment, I will announce the starting lineups, or the starting lineup for the McBain JV players. And a quick disclaimer, sorry if I pronounce any names the wrong way. Starting from McBain is number 11, Annika Hoeninga, number 7, Grace Bronkema, number 8, Michaela Van Polen, number 14, Mackenzie Hoeninga, number 2, Jane Cucci, and I think that's number 3, Ashlyn Hoeninga. It looks like Trojans will be serving first. Serving is number 15, Alexis Kahn. Ball's up, over, and knocked out of bounds by number 7, Grace Bronkema. Trojans take the lead, 1-0. And it looks like Alexis Kahn will be serving again. Ball is up, over. Annika to Jane, Jane to Mackenzie. Mackenzie hits it over. And the ball is popped up and sent back by number 26. And sent back over to the other side by Ashlyn. 29 hits it back over. Annika gives it to Jane. Jane sets it up for Ashlyn. Ashlyn hits it over. Lake City sends it back. And Jane hits it over. Out. And Lake City gets the point. Score is now 2-0. Lake City taking a steady lead. And the Trojans with another point. It looks like something on McBain. I'm not quite sure for what. I can't really hear the official. Score right now is 3-0. Looks like people weren't in the right spot. Number 15 will be serving again. I missed what just happened, sorry. Alexis Kahn serving again. Ball is sent back over by Ashlyn. Annika to Jane. Jane to Michaela Van Polen. Van Polen sends it over. Lake City saves it, gives it back to McBain. And it's sent over by Ashlyn. And it goes out. Trojans point again, 4-0. The Trojans with a steady lead right now. Looks like McBain's still trying to warm up and get into it. Ball set back over by number 15 of Lake City. I didn't see who got it over, but it was sent back over by, I think that was 26. Mackenzie tried to save it, but wasn't quite there. Hits the floor. Trojans point. 5-0 is your score. Ball sent over. Jane saves it from going out. Using McKenzie. McKenzie sends it over. Ball sent back by number 9. Blocked by Van Polen. Looks like Jane goes for it. Ends up hitting it down instead of up by accident. 6-0 is your score right now. Alexis Comp serving again. Monica to Jane. Jane to McKenzie. McKenzie barely gets it over. And saved by number 15. Jane gives it to Ashlyn. Ashlyn sends it back over. Ashlyn tries to block it. Not quite there. She sends it. She gets the hold of it. Sends it back over. Ball's on by number 9. Grace Bronco pops it up. Jane gets a hold of it. Sends it to McKenzie. McKenzie sends it back to Lake City. Lake City gives it back to McBain. Jane saves it. Ashlyn tries to go for it. Hits about the middle of the net. 7-0 is your score. Timeout called by the Ramblers. It's first part of this game is not looking too good for them. Lake City, though, having a good start to this game. Like I said, 7-0 is your score. And Lake City was able to get a good lead over McBain. They're looking to keep this lead by the looks of things and hoping to use this to win the entire game. But it is only the first set, and even if Lake City wins, McBain still has a chance to take it back. I do believe this game is best out of 3, so if McBain loses this, they have another chance to hopefully get ahead. But McBain could catch back up during the set, so we'll see what happens. Lake City's serve, my bad. Alexis Conant will be serving again. Ball's up, over. Monica to Jane. Jane to Michaela Van Polen. Kayla sends it back over to Grace Blancamo in Lake City. Lake City back over to Grace Blancamo. She gives it to McKenzie. McKenzie sends it over. And McBain with their very first point. Lake City goes and hits it a little short and hits the end of the goalpost, and it goes out, or the post that holds up the net, whatever you want to call it. 7-1 is your score. Serving for McBain is number 8, Michaela Van Polen. Ball's up, over, and barely saved by the Trojans. Sent back to the other. Not quite, actually. Ashlyn goes for it, hits just a little too short, hits the net. 8-1 is your score. McBain finally able to score one. And it looks like number 29. I'm not going to even attempt to pronounce that first or last name. And the first and the last name look a little weird. I know that I'll mess it up, so I'm not going to try to announce it, but same thing that McBain was called for earlier. 9-1 is now the score. Number 29 serving again. Monica Van Polen. And Jane tries to hit it over. Hits the very top of the net, but it comes back at her. 10-1 is your score right now. And Trojans using this momentum to just gain an even bigger and bigger lead. 29 for Lake City serves. Monica to Van Polen. Jane sends it over this time and actually makes it. 29 goes for it, barely tips the ball, couldn't quite get there. McBain gets another point. 10-2 is your score. McBain looking to do something with this. Serving is number 14, Mackenzie Hunnigan for McBain. Ball's up, over. Popped up by 15. Tipped back over by Annika, yep. And she gets the point. 10-3, McBain now gaining some momentum. Hoping to do something with this. Just close this gap a bit. McKenzie serves, ball's up, over. Popped up by number 12 of Lake City. Send over, blocks, give it to Annika. Annika gives it over to Polen. Polen gives it to Ashlyn. Ashlyn sends it over, gets the point. 10-4 is your score right now. McBain slowly closing the gap. Slowly, but they're getting there. Because he serves again. Ball's up, over, and it's good. And sent over, blocked instantly by Ashland. And Ashland gets the point, 10-5. McBain closing this gap quicker than Lake City's looking. Annika, sir, or not Annika, Mackenzie, my bad. And almost gets, I couldn't quite see who hit it over, but they almost got the point. Number 9 was able to save it just in time. Passing over. Grace Bronco to Michaela Van Polen. Annika sends it back over. Goes up. And number 1 saves it. Ashland goes for a block. If anything, she distracted number 9 of Lake City. But she missed the ball. 10-6 is your score, and now Lake City calls a timeout. This game is starting to turn around for the Ramblers. 10-6 is now the score. And McBain closing this gap really fast. Lake City doesn't know what to do. The ball's only in play for a few seconds before McBain gets the point that Lake City's not really able to get anything done. And this is what I was talking about. McBain, it was either McBain tries to win the next set, or they try to catch up and win this set, and it looks like they're doing exactly that. It's only a 4-point difference right now, with the score being 10-6. There's about 20 seconds left here in this timeout. But this is going to be a really interesting game. I remember a few weeks ago, I forgot what game it was, but the same thing happened with the JV team where the other team would take the lead and stay with the lead, and then McBain would get the lead and stay with the lead, and they would keep switching back and forth until somebody won the set. Like I said, that was a few weeks ago, and I forgot who the JV team was playing, but this game is kind of reminding me of that. Mackenzie serves, the ball's up and over, sent back by number 26. She couldn't quite get a hold of it. Hits the net by the looks of it. McBain's point, 10-7. Mackenzie serving again. Ball's up, over. And number 1 goes for it. Couldn't quite get there. Looks like number 26 hits it out. 10-8 is now the score. Mackenzie serves. Number 1 able to get it up this time. Number 9 sends it over. A little too much force for Michaela Van Polen to do anything with it. Ends up just looking away so she doesn't get hit. 11-8, and Trojans are finally going to get a hold of this ball again. Number 1 for the JV football team, or JV Trojans. I'm not seeing on the roster. Serves. Annika hits the ball back over. Sent back by number 9. Van Polen. Ashland gets it back over. And number 9 of Lake City, who I'm not going to try to pronounce that name either, just so I don't mess it up. She tries to hit it over, hits the middle of the net. McBain's going to get a hold of the ball again. 11-9 is now the score. And Ashland's going to go be serving. Ball's up. A little too short, hits the net, 12-9. It's just one of those games where, or just one of those times where McBain gets a hold of the ball, but then can't really do anything with it. Number 9 serves for Lake City. And Jane gets a hold of it, sends it back over. It bounces off the ground, hits number 1 of Lake City, and McBain's going to get the point. Sorry, I was drawing a blank there for a second. 12-10 is now the score. And number 2, Jane Cucci will be serving. Ball's up, over, and instantly out. 13-10. It's going to be Lake City's ball. And it looks like it's more of a back and forth than one team holding onto the ball for most of the set, and then they eventually switching. Now it's more of a back and forth game. Ball sent over by number 18 of Lake City. And out. It looks like it was knocked out by Jane Peachy. 14-10 is now your score. And they may or may not do the exact opposite of what I just said. And instead of it being back and forth, it's now one-sided again. Mackenzie hits it up. Ashlyn goes for it. Can't quite get there in time. Knocks it out. 15-10. Ashlyn. Switching with number 9, Hazelton Heitzma. Lake City now serving. 15-10 is your score. Ball's up. And Mackenzie hits it up and nobody there to get a hold of it again. Which that might become a problem in the future for the Ramblers. 12-10 is not, or not 12, 16-10. Sorry about that. Is the new score. Number 18 serves. Mackenzie to Jane. Somebody actually there this time. And barely tipped over by Michaela Van Polen, and she gets it. 16-11. McBain finally able to get a hold of the ball and do something with it. Number 11, or I guess not. Or never mind, I guess that's the Trojans' point. 17-10 is the score, I guess. Don't know why. I'm not a volleyball expert, but ball sent up, over. Mackenzie to Jane. To Bronkema. Bronkema sends it over. And Mackenzie goes to save it. It goes flying out right to the Ramblers. Or the Ramblers sitting on the bench. Another timeout called by McBain. Score right now is going to be 18-10. And it looks like the Trojans did the exact opposite of what I thought they were going to do. As now it's no longer back and forth, and it's now more one-sided to the Trojans than it is to McBain. So they instantly proved me wrong in what I said, but that's okay. But McBain was able to catch back up, but the Trojans are already pulling ahead again. Like I said, it's 18-10. It's looking like for the Ramblers, it's more or less communication. Because from the few things that I've heard from Coach Berkmos of the Ramblers, she's been saying talk, talk, talk. So it seems the communication seems to be like the problem right now with the Ramblers, and we'll see what happens. Trojans will be serving. Official forgot to grab the ball. We should be good though. All right, ball's up, over. And out. Michaela Van Polen going for it. Changes her mind halfway through. Lets it go out. 18-11 is now the score. McBain hoping to do something with this. Number 11, Annika Hoytinga. Finally able to serve. Ball's up, over. And they instantly lose that chance. They must be starting a little too early before the ball's over the net. 19-11 is now the score, and this is the third time that they have been called for the same thing. And each time, it looks like the ball's not over the net, and they start a little early. So I don't know if that's why. It might be. Like I said, I'm not really an expert on volleyball, but taking a guess with that. The score right now is 19-11. And number 7 for the JV volleyball team, who is also not on my roster, will be serving for Lake City. Jane to Van Polen, and Polen sends it over, hits it out. 20-11 will be the score, and Trojans looking to win this set. And McBain letting the ball just go out so that you get a hold of it. 20-12 is now the score. McBain's ball. Serving is number 7, Grace Bronco. And Ava Van Heitzman is on the bench with Ashland. And this time McBain didn't start early, and they got the point. 20-13, and McBain hoping to do something with this. Now that they actually have somewhat of some momentum, if you want to say. Rockman serving again, ball's up, over. And this time it was called on the Trojans. The moving early thing was called on the Trojans this time. 20-14 is now the score. I thought it was called on McBain's. I heard the whistle, and I thought McBain did it again, but no, it was Trojans this time. All right, Bronco serves, ball's up, over. No whistle right off the bat this time, so. And sent out of bounds, 20-15. McBain looking to do something with this now. Hopefully catch up. First Bronco serving again, ball's up, over. Sent out, nobody touched it. McBain's gonna get that point. 20-16 is now the score. Here's Bronco serving again. Ball's up, over. And back over by 15. Blocked by either Ashlyn or Michaela, but it slips out from one of their hands and into the Rambler side. 21-16 is now your score, and number 15, Alexis Comp, will be serving for the Trojans. And the ball hit out of bounds by Grace Blanc, and their point, 22-16 is the score. And Lake City now pulling ahead again. Ball's up. James, and then Poland sends it over. Saved by 15. Gives it a 26 size and hits the middle of the net. 22-17 is your score now. McBain serving. Kaden and Poland's going to be serving for the Ramblers. Goes up, over. Goes over Mackenzie and Ashton, who are trying to block it. Ashton saves it from falling, or saves it from hitting the floor. Sends it back over. Some James sends it over. And Ashton tips the ball up. Mackenzie gets a hold of it. And Mackenzie barely gets it over the net. Sent out of bounds. McBain's point, 22-18 is your score right now. McBain catching up, only 4 behind now. And then Poland serving. Ball's up, over. And the side out of bounds by number 26 of Lake City. 22-19. And Poland serving again. Ball's up, over. Jane saves it, sends it back over. Like that. Bronco to man Poland. Ashlyn gets the point, 22-20. (22-20) is the score right now. McBain slowly catching up, and it's getting there. And Poland serves, balls up, over. Saved by Ashland, hits it, and too close to the net for the Lake City players to do anything with it. 22-21. And Poland starting again, ball's up, over. Mackenzie. And Poland gets it over, 22-22. The game is now tied. It is anybody's set right now. And Poland serving through McBain. Ball's up, over. Hit a little too low by the Lake City team. 22-23 is now your score. Timeout called by, I do believe that was Lake City. McBain not doing well at the beginning of this, but now is doing amazing. Like I said, it looks like they just need some more time to warm up, but McBain ahead for, I think, the first time in this game. All right, and it looks like we are just about done with the timeout. McBain seems to be done. It looks like Lake City's wrapping up. Michaela Van Polen will be serving for the Ramblers. Up, over. Grace to Michaela. Michaela sends it back over, comes back. Grace to Michaela again. To Ashlyn. Ashlyn gets it over. It's saved. It's sent back over by Lake City. It was almost out for a minute. And Ashlyn hits it over. It comes back. She goes up for the block. Annika saves it. Ashlyn gets a hold of it, sets it back over again. Lake City able to get it back to them. Blocked by Jane. Sent back by 29. Annika to Michaela. To Mackenzie. And there's the point. 24-22 is your score right now. And McBain, near the very end of this set, is going to get a hold of it. And starting next set, Mr. Lars Ferdine, or Mr. Ferdine, will be taking over the rest of the announcing. But Lake City just got the point. 23-24 will be your score right now. It is still anyone's game. And never mind, Mr. Ferdine will be joining us for the varsity game. I will finish off the rest of the JV game. It's sent back over. The ball was sent back over by Annika. Annika to Ashlyn. Ashlyn hits it back over. Annika to Van Polen. To Jane. Jane hits it over. Lake City couldn't quite save it. McBain's going to be your winner of the set, 23-25, a close one. Well, McBain's going to be the winner of set one. And like I said, it will not be until the varsity game, or varsity volleyball game, that Mr. Ferdine will be the new announcer. So we'll just have to wait for Mr. Ferdine until next game, but until then, I will be finishing off the rest of the JV game. Now, if I'm not mistaken, if McBain wins this set, that will be the JV game, because I'm pretty sure it's best 2 of 3. I do believe. I may be wrong. And if Lake City wins this set, we'll have to do the third set to determine our final winner. But as of right now, McBain is doing pretty good. So we'll be right back here in about a minute, 50 seconds for the second set of the JV McBain versus Lake City game. All right, we are back. The score for set 1 was 23-25. Serving right now for McBain here in the second set is going to be number 8, Michaela Van Polen. Starting for McBain right now is number 3, Ashlyn Hoyniga. Number 5, Ayla Winkle. Number 2, Jane Cucci. Number 9, Ed Van Heitzma. And number 4, Clara Crick. Ball's up, over. And sent back by number 15. Ball's out. The ball's not out, but it bounces out of bounds on McBain. 1-0 will be the score right now. And I just figured out why there is no number 1 on my roster sheet for the JV Trojans. It's because there appears to be 2 players wearing the number 1 jersey. So one of them's doing the out of bounds flag right now, while the other one's playing. And McBain hits it out of bounds, or hits it into Trojan side. It bounces out of the Trojan side, so out of bounds. 1-1 is now the score. McBain not letting the Trojans get a head start on this. Number 5, Ayla Winkle will be serving. Ball's up, over. Barely. And they too low for anything to happen. 1-2 is now the score. McBain looking to pull a lead on this, or looking to pull ahead at the beginning. Ayla serves, ball's up, over, good. Sent back by, I think it was number 9. Ava Van Heitzma says no thank yous, gives it right back to them. Ayla to Van Polen. To Crick, she tries to get it over, a little too short on that though. 2-2, it's now tied. Number 21. Or number 29, my bad. He's serving. Ball's up, over. A little low. It hits the very top of the net, rolls over, confuses the McBain players. So they didn't know what to do. 13-2 is now the score. And 29, ball's up and over. And saved from going out of bounds by Van Heitzma. And I don't know who sent it back over. And Heitzma hits it over. Jane and Van Polen go for it, or Michaela Van Polen go for it at the same time, causing a bit of confusion. And ball ends up going underneath the ladder that the ref is standing on. 4-2 is now the score, and McBain's starting to lose that lead they had at the very beginning. And Van Heitzma sends it over. She gets a hold of it again. Is it to Van Polen? Is it to Jane? Jane gets it over. Couldn't quite get there for the point. Ava Van Heitzma to Michaela Van Polen. To Clara Crick. Gets it over. And McBain is good on the point. 4-3 should be the score. Yep. And Kerrigan Weaver in for Van Heitzma. And Tessa Houston in, number 10. Tessa Houston in for Ashlyn. And Tessa will be serving. Ball's up, over. Ayla. Michaela. Kerrigan sends it over. Ball's up. Save from going out. Tessa a little low, gives the Crick. Crick saves it, gives it to Kerrigan Weaver. She sends it over, but hits it out. It's going to be 5-3. Ball's up. Goes out. McBain's going to get the point. 5-4. McBain gets the point. 5-5 is now the score. Sorry, I missed what happened. Looks like Jane served. And looks like it was out on the Ramblers side. It's going to be Trojans point. 6-5 is now the score. And Pong sends it over. Tessa, and Pong to Kerrigan. Kerrigan gets it over. Out. 7-5 will be the new score. McBain not letting a big gap appear, but not quite keeping up. 2-point difference right now. Ball's up and over. And Ayla hits it out. Nothing they could do about that. 8-5 is now the score. And remember, for the varsity volleyball game, Mr. 13 will be announcing. Ball's up, up. Ayla to Jane to Michaela Van Polen. She gets it over. Ball sent back. Ayla to Jane. Michaela Van Polen. She sent it over. It comes back to Michaela. The ball hits the top of the net. She thought it went all the way over. Swings a little too early. And not quite there. 9-5 is the score. Trojans with a 4-point lead right now. And ball is up and over on the Trojan side. And Tessa goes for it, hits it out, sadly. Ten to 5 is the score. We'll be right back here in just a moment. All right, I'm back. Ball back over by Tessa. Jane to Ayla. To Kerrigan. Kerrigan gets it over. And they try to go for the ball. Once again, number 15 hits it a little short. 10-6 will be the score, I do believe. Sorry if I sound out of breath. I had to go run and grab a new roster during that timeout. Number 4, Claire Crick will be serving. Ball's up and over. McBain started a little too soon. 11-6 will be the score now. Bit of confusion by the Ramblers. 11-6 is the score. Ball's up, over. They looked and then pulling, gets it up. Tessa to Jane. Oh, it looks like she reached under the net just a bit. Or, no, it looks like they're calling double touch maybe? One of the two. Tell the 6-year score. Ayla gets it, even though it touched the top of the net barely. Then Poland hits it just a little too short. Tessa goes for it. Couldn't quite get there in time though. 13-6 is now the score. Trojans pulling ahead again. Tessa hits it right out of bounds. And this set is not looking good for McBain. Looks like another repeat of last set. It's just McBain had a slight lead at the very beginning. But it looks like it's been mainly the Trojans' ball for this one. Up, over. Crick hits it over. Instantly sent back. Nothing Ramblers could do about it. 15-6 is the score now. Timeout by the Ramblers. Trojans are having a good set this time. Excuse me. The Trojans are by the looks of things, the Trojans are looking to win this one. Which if they do, they would make the score 1-1. So then you would have to go into the third set. But if McBain can get a hold of the ball, they should be able to catch up. The score right now is 15-6. Number 18. Don't know how to say that name either. Serves, Ayla to Jane. Back to Ayla. Ayla sends it over. Saved. And back to the Ramblers. Crick sends it over, but it's out. 16-6 will be the score. A 10-point lead that the Trojans have over McBain right now. Ball sent over by the Trojans. Jane. Kerrigan. A little short on that. 17-6 now. Yeah, 17-6. And 18 serve hits the net, giving McBain a chance. 17-7. Still a 10-point difference. Looks like Ashton's in. Abel Van Heitzman's in. And it looks like Tessa and Kerrigan were swapped. Kerrigan swapped with Abel Van Heitzman, I believe. And Tessa swapped with Ashton. But Ava serves, ball's up over. Lake City able to get it back over to them. And McBain not being able to do anything with that. 18-7 is going to be the score, and Lake City is going to get a hold of the ball again. And this is not looking good for McBain right now. Number 28 will be serving. I don't have her on my roster either. Ball's up, over. Hits it a little too low. 18-8, still a 10-point lead that the Trojans have. McBain is going to get a hold of the ball, and we'll see what happens. I'm a little confused. It's 18-7, and nobody gets a point. I'm a little confused as to what just happened, but Ball's up over. Good this time. Sent back over by Ayla. Jane. Then pulling to Ashlyn. Ashlyn couldn't quite get it. 20-7 is now the score. And I guess Trojans did get a point. Since it went from 18 to 20, so that means the score was 19-7 and now it's 20-7, which means Trojans did have that point. Ball's up over. Ayla to Jane. Jane couldn't quite get it up there. 21-7. Ball's over, hits the net. It looks like it is going to be McBain's point this time, 21-8. Serving is going to be Michaela Van Polen. Ball's up, over. Sent back to the other side, but I'm not sure who. Or nobody, actually. It looks like Jane tries to get it, hits it too far back, goes out. 22-8 is now the score. Number 15, Alexis Comp serving for the Trojans. Ball sent back by Ashlyn. Out. 23-8 is now your score. Correct. To Michaela Van Polen. And then number 1, Kimberly Reyes. Is in for McBain. Hits it over. It goes out. 24-8 is now the score. The Trojans looking to win this set. McBain far behind. 24-8. Ball's up, over. Sent back by Van Polen. And the Trojans win this set 25-8. We'll be ready here in just a moment for the third set, which will be the tiebreaker. Winner of this is the winner of the game. It's now 1-1 right now. Well, we will be right back and ready for set 3 here in I think it is 2 minutes. All right, looks like Lake City's ready to start. Appears that McBain's just about done. Ball up and over by number 15, Ashland. Hits it over, comes back, it's gonna go out. Trojans point, 1-0 is going to be the starting score. "15 goes to serve, hits 9 in the back. A little short on that one. 1-1 is the score. And number 8, Michaela Van Polen will be serving for McBain. So far, the game's not looking too bad for McBain. Tied. Ball's up, over. Barely over the net by the looks of it. Bit of confusion on the Lake City side. 1-2 is going to be the score. Ball's up, over by Van Polen. Ball hits the net again, 1-3. McBain taking that lead that they need. Michaela serves again. Jane sets it up for Ashland. It looks like Ashland hits it with hit it with her side of her hands. And it ended up hitting the ground, hitting the net. Two to 3 is now the score. And Trojans get the point again. It looks like they just hit out of bounds and McBain goes to save it. Score is now 3 to 3. Monica, Van Polen, Jane, and Grace Brockabo goes for it, hits it out. 5 to 3 is now your score, and the Trojans getting their lead back already. Ball's up. Grace Bronco goes for it, tries to save it, goes right off the top of her hands. Jane. And Polen to Ashland. Ashland gets it over. Number 9 goes for it, couldn't quite get there. McBain's gonna get that point. 6 to 4. Having a hard time reading the numbers apparently. Mackenzie sends the ball over. Comes back, Grace to Michaela. to Annika. Annika gets it over, knocks it way out of bounds. 6-5 is the score. Mackenzie serves, ball's up over, sent back by number 9. Michaela to Jane. Ashlyn gets it over, gets the point, 6-6. Mackenzie serves, ball's up, over. Shane sends the ball over. Ashley sends it over, gets the point, 6-7. McBain pulling ahead. I do believe that timeout was called by the Trojans. I may be wrong. 6-7 is the score. Now this is the last set of the game, and it's also the tiebreaker, because for sets 1, it's tied 1-1. As Hanukkah serving for McBain. Up, over, and hits the net. Looks like number 9 went to go get it. Hits the net. 6-8. Mackenzie will be serving again. McBain pulling ahead. Ball's up, over. Out. Trojans are going to get the point. 7-8. Ball's up, over. And Poland goes for it. Changes her mind. It comes back at her. Goes for it again. Ashlyn hits it. Pretty sure it goes underneath the net. Scores now 8-8. Ball's up, over. Grace sends it over. Comes back. Ashlyn to Jane. Jane gets it over. Grace to Michaela. And Annika goes for it. It bounces off 31's hands. Bounces off Annika's again. It then bounces off, I think, 31's. It then goes out. Scores now 8-9. Ashlyn serving. Ball's up, over. Knocked out, hit out of bounds. Scores now 8-10. Ashlyn serves again, ball's up, over. And a bunch of people go for that. And it looks like Annika gets it back over at the end of that. And McBain's gonna get the point, 8-11. No, 8-10. (8-11). That's what I was thinking. It's now 8-12. It looks like Lake City players hit the ball out. Timeout called by Lake City again, I do believe, and we'll be right back here after that timeout. And we're back. McBain, a 4-point lead right now. Ashland will be serving for the Ramblers. Ball's up and over. And sent over by I don't remember who already. And the ball bounces out of bounds. 9-12 is the score. Then to Michaela. To Annika. Annika gets it over and gets the point. 9-13. McBain pulling ahead. Still with their 4-point lead. And Jane Cucci will be serving for McBain. Ball's up, over. Blocked by Annika. Comes back to Annika. Hits it over again. And I guess she reached over the net. 10-13 is now the score. Jane gives it to Grace. Grace sends it over. Grace gets the point. 10-14. Annika will be serving for the Ramblers. Ball's up, over. And Annika saves her from going out, gives it to Jane. Jane to Michaela. Michaela gets it over, and they're going to get the point. And they're going to call that as end of the set. McBain will be your winner. 2 sets won. Trojans with only 1 set won. That's going to be the end of the JV game. The score, I do believe, was 16-10. The score was 16-10. And we will be back here in just a little bit for the beginning of the McBain Ramblers versus the Lake City Trojans varsity volleyball game.